Hi, this is Samir for thinkdigit.com, and today we're going to take a look at a very entry-level budget tablet. This is the Zync Z909 Plus. When this tablet was launched in the market, it was priced at 5,990 rupees. Today, it is available for 3,990 rupees. The device is very entry-level, runs on gingerbread, and has average specifications under the hood. Is it enough to be your first tablet? Well, for starters, it looks really thick and is quite heavy at 380 grams, making it one of the heavier tablets that we've reviewed so far. It also has a brick-like form factor, making it a heavy paperweight rather than anything else. On its face, it has a 7-inch display with a standard resolution of 480 by 800. The display is resistive in nature and the device does not come with a stylus, which means that its interface is going to be pretty sluggish and you're going to have to use a bit of effort to get through the interface. In terms of its connectivity, it has a button on the face which you would think is the home button, but in actuality it's just the back button. So if you are into any application and you want to go home, you will have to press the back button till you reach the home page, or you use the home button which is on top. This looks like the volume rocker, but it isn't. It is the home button and the on-off menu button as well. It's a little inconvenient as this isn't standard tablet tradition, but it is a trend that we have seen on a lot of budget entry-level tablets. In terms of its connectivity, however, the device comes quite loaded. It has the DC in for your charging, a headphones jack, mini USB in, memory card slot, and a full-sized USB slot. The advantage of the full-size USB slot is that you can directly connect your 3G dongle to it and you will have no problems connecting to the internet. The downside of the device is that it does not house Bluetooth or a SIM card slot, so you can forget about connectivity through a SIM card. It compromises on Bluetooth as well. On the front, it has a front-facing camera which is used for video chatting, and there is no rear-facing camera. Overall, the build of the device is quite standard to any 7-inch tablet you will find in the market. The rear of the device is really very glossy. A few touches and your fingerprints will be all over the place. This isn't particularly good as you spend a lot of time cleaning the back just like we did. In terms of the power under the hood, the Zync Z909 Plus is powered by a 1 GHz processor and has just 256 MB of RAM, which is a little less, and you can make out that the device gets a little laggy. It runs on Android 2.3 Gingerbread and there are no upgrade options for ice cream sandwich. In the storage capacity, you get 4 GB of internal storage, but it is expandable up to 32 GB via the micro SD card slot. The device comes with a bunch of preloaded apps such as Adico, Angry Birds, App2SD Pro, Fruit Ninja, Indian Railways, and more, which is nice considering you have a good library of apps from the minute you switch on the device. You also have access to the Google Play Store, so you can download more apps on the device with absolute ease. Even though the device runs on Gingerbread, you still have the option of the standard 5 home screens which you can customize with widgets and app shortcuts. It is, however, skinned. You can see a little bar on the top which houses the volume buttons, the menu button, and the back button. This would have been nice if the interface was the same as it is on Ice Cream Sandwich, but unfortunately it isn't. So as we were saying, one disadvantage of the interface is that if you need to access the volume on the device while watching a video, you can't simply access the rocker because that isn't the volume rocker. Similarly, on the display, you don't have access to the volume. Even if you change the orientation of the device, you still do not have access to the volume rockers. What you need to do is go back, adjust your volume from the volume options on the menu bar, and then rewatch the video, which is a slight of a disappointment if you are someone who's going to be consuming a lot of video content via YouTube. The good thing of the device is that it supports a wide array of formats, which includes the like of AVI, H.264, MKVs, MP4s, and more. SD videos ran very well. YouTube videos also streamed quite smoothly. The display of the device isn't that great. It's okay, but the audio is quite good. Since this budget tablet has a resistive touchscreen, the keyboard, though stock Android, isn't the best to type on. You have to use a bit more pressure to get your words across. Let's take a look at how the browser performs. As you can see, the responsiveness of the browser isn't really that great. You really have to make an effort to scroll through Google search because of the resistive nature of the touchscreen. It would have been much more easier if we just had a stylus with us, but the device overall has a very lackluster experience. Even though we tried a couple of games and apps on the device, it just they ran properly. There was no options, there was no problem with the apps running, but because of the resistive nature of the display, it was quite uncomfortable to use the device. The screen of the device is truly just horrible. It's not even recognizing the direction in which I'm pulling my finger, and the birds just go flying all over the place. It's a very, very, very frustrating experience on the device. Zync as a company has some quite good tablets under its belt. You have the Z999 Plus, which is a good tablet, and also the Z990 Plus, which is also a nice device from Zync. If you have an entry level budget and you're sticking to 4,000 rupees, we wouldn't recommend this device because you're going to have a frustrating experience. We'd rather say you extend your budget to about 6,000 rupees or 6,500 rupees, where you can go in for the Micromax Funbook, the Iberia Oxus AX02, or even the Zync Z990 Plus. That's between the 6,000 and 7,000 price points, and we think you'd get a better user experience from an entry level tablet at those prices rather than a device like this. This will just leave you quite frustrated and end up with a heavy paperweight.